It was Chase Briscoe picking up the win in the second Xfinity Series race. The second Cup race is still going on. Going to let the Sportsman drivers pick up the pace just a little bit and get this track worked in to come back for their timed hot lap session in just a little while. So we're going to let these drivers turn loose here at Cornwall. We've got the first group of Sportsman drivers on track for their time trial session. And we're going to keep the first half on track, and then we're going to get the second half out onto the Speedway. So we'll have David LaPointe in the 78D, the 78 of Dale Gifford, 37 of Daryl Mitchell, and the 28 of Curtis Kaye. So green lights are on, and the first half of group number one on track. Once again, fastest driver will start on the pole for heat race number one. Same goes for groups 2 and 3. And David LaPointe will bring his ride off of turns 3 and 4 for his first time lap of the day, and he'll clock in at a 15.519. Dale Gifford 15.548. Daryl Mitchell comes across the line, 15.668. And Kurt Kaye on the hammer down across the line, 16.183. And LaPointe will get the checker flag, 15.722. Dale Gifford, 15.529. Daryl Mitchell will try to pick it up here in lap number 2, and he does, 15.582. Kurt Kaye trying to get into the 15-second bracket. Won't do it, 16.310. So David LaPointe, quick time so far, 15.519. 15.519 for David LaPointe. He will be quick time so far. Jason Rose in the 18 makes his way up. A 1X of Robert Delormier also out here in the Dig Race Products Thompson Motorsports number 1. And Cedric Govro, the Govro Transport number 22C, ready to do battle. So Jason Rose will be the first driver to take time. South Glengarry, Ontario native. Still looking to bag his first career Sportsman win. He's won several in novice and rookie Sportsman action, and he will cross the line on lap number 1 at a 16.143. Robert Delormier gets on by 15.740, and Cedric Govro 15.550. Checkered flag will be in the air for lap number 2. David Lapointe still top of the board. 16.351 for Rose, 15.797 for Delorme, 15.590 for Cedric Govro. So David Lapointe, car number 78, he will start on the pole with a quick time of 15.519. Group 2 headed to the track right now. Welcome, Martin Belanger. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Doing good? Hanging out over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're sending group number 2 on the Speedway. Deuxième groupe en piste. On a la voiture 77 de Ryan Stabler. 78 de Dominic Merkley. 1R, le 1R de Ricky Thompson. And the 88 de Fire Swamp. Première portion du groupe numéro 2. As you saw in the first group, these guys are practicing and they'll do their time trials as well to set the heats. Tonight we'll have 3, as Tim was mentioning, on aura 3 qualifications. Ce soir en Sportsman avec 21 voitures en présence, 21 cars here tonight at the Speedway. Control car for Group 2A will be the 77E of Ryan Stabler as we go green. C'est the first time here of Ryan Stabler. Le premier temps de Ryan Stabler, 15-5, 3-6-5, 15-3-6-5, 15-3-6-5 for Stabler. Merkley 16-0-1-8 and 15-6-9-8 for Ricky Thompson. For Swamp 15-8-5-3. Ryan Stabler does even better, 15-2-2-2. So quick time right now for Ryan Stabler. Dominic Merkley in second, 15.577. Ricky Thompson, 15.698 and 15.853 for Fire Swamp. As we have the back half of group number 2 here. Winner last night at Brockville, the 44 of Jonathan Ferguson, 38J of Jarrett Urbison, and the 1 of Justin Alancet. Will stay yellow here as Ricky Thompson requires a push to go to the pits. So on va rester jaune ici alors que Ricky Thompson a demandé de l'assistance pour aller dans les pluies. We'll go green here on the 44 Ferguson. On va au vert ici sur le 44 de Jonathan Ferguson. We'll see if Ferguson is able to set quick time in group number 2 here, as Ryan Stabler had the quickest time with a 15.222. So we'll see what these 3 drivers can do here. Jonathan Ferguson tops the board, 15.014, 15.014. Jarrett Urbison up to third. Justin Alancet does even better, 14.871. Under the 15-second barrier here for Justin Alancet. Same time for Jonathan Ferguson, 15.014, and Jarrett Urbison, 14.437. So Justin Alancet, quick time, 14.80 flat. Jonathan Ferguson, Ryan Stabler, Jarrett Urbison, Dominic Merkley, Ricky Thompson, and Fire Swamp will be your starting lineup for group number 2, or heat number 2, as we've just sent the first portion of heat, or group number 3, for the Sportsman, Tim.
Thanks, Martin Belanger. As the first half of Group 3 rolling to the Speedway right now. It's going to feature Gabe Sear in the 94, last week's runner-up. Kalen Draper out of Sydenham, Ontario, the 18 Draper Doors ride. Behind him, the Chrysler, or the Auto Value Parts Stores number 28 of Steve Morris out of Chrysler, Ontario. And there's Chris Ferguson out of Chesterville, a car number 88C. as the green flag waves on the first half of group number 3. Back half of group number 3 waiting in the wings as Gabe Sear comes on by. He'll go 15.123. Kalen Draper, he goes a 15.338. Steve Morris watches a little wide in turn number 4, goes a 15.601. Chris Ferguson, he goes third quick, 15.590. Gabe Sear, 15.099. Kalen Draper comes across the stripe, 15.248. Steve Morris trying to improve on lap number 1. Well, he will, 15.590 once again. And Ferguson, 15.568. So Gabe Sear right now fastest of the group at a 15.099. Man out of Cornwall, 2 second place finishes last week as Billy Cook rolls trackside into the number M70. 18 of Bladen Arquette, the Big Boys Gas and Tobacco. 35 of Thomas Cook. Brass Horse Grill, Bailey Ford on the side of that race car as well for Thomas in 2020. Final half of group number 3 on track. The overall time to beat is Justin Lalonde said at a 14.800. Fastest time overall gets the wonderful bragging rights of telling everybody that they were faster than you. At least that's how I looked at it. I didn't see a bonus yet. There's your trophy right there. Nice cold bottle of water. Goes nice on a night like this. As the green lights are on and Billy Cook is on the hammer. 50 years of racing here in the region. And the Mohawk Express M70 will take his ride into turns 3 and 4 for his first time lap. Off of corner number 4, across the line, 15.292. Bladen Arquette, 15.234. We'll see if grandson Thomas can pick up the pace, and he will go 15.289. So Billy and Thomas 5th and 6th right now as they come down across the line. Checkered in the air for Billy Cook, 14.960 atop the board. Second for Bladen Arquette, 15.008, and Thomas Cook, 15.234. Billy Cook puts it to him, 14.960. He will start on the pole for heat race number 3. Oh my, Martin Belanger, what about that?
That's quite impressive to see Billy Cook fastest. As you were mentioning, 50 years of racing for Billy. Well,
and he doesn't seem to be slowing down much, as you can see.
No, he's still competitive in that class. So the gentleman, Billy Cook, setting quick time as the first of 3 groups of modifieds are on the speedway. They'll do practice and then they'll come back for their time trial session. Ils vont faire des sessions de pratique ici. Ensuite, on ira en temps chronométré pour les modifier. Donc, les 63 de Chris Urbison, R70 of Ryan Arbuthnot, currently in the backstretch, 88 of Louis Ledusser, 73 Junior of Mathieu Boisvert, 21 promoter at Autodrome Drummond, Yann Bussière, 23 of Joey Ledusser, and the 15B of Brianna Ledusser. So 7 cars ready to do some practice session here for the modifieds. Cette voiture en piste pour faire des pratiques modifiées. Ce groupe sera de retour dans quelques instants pour leur session de temps chronométré, mais pour l'instant, on pratique. Yann Bussière had the quickest time, 14:001. Ryan Arbuthnot, Chris Urbison were the top three in practice session and number one as we're sending practice session number two. Pretty sure we're going to see some 13-second laps here tonight in the practice or even in the time trials.
Yeah, we'll see some pretty quick times here coming up, and one of the guys that could be a candidate for that is Tristan Draper in the 17. Mario Claire back in his familiar 22C out of St. Edmund, Quebec, 5th place finish at Granby last night. Corey Wheeler had a top 5 finish here last week in the 47S out of Cornwall. That last chip stand machine, there's the grinder. J.F. Corvo in the number 96. Tyler Javog out of Ottawa, the Auto Value Parts Stores number 85, and Brian Slim McDonald in Westbrook Construction 151 KB from literally right down the road, practically across the street here in Cornwall, as session number 2 on track. Thank you, Jen Goddard. Great job. Jen right there on the spot with the lineups already. Those of you watching on 360nitro.tv, glad you could join the broadcast tonight. Timmy Baltz, Martin Belanger bringing you all the great racing action once again. Those of you in attendance, glad you could join us as well. So far in the time trial sessions, that's pretty much all we've had. Justin Lalancette was quickest overall in the Sportsman time trials. Billy Cook set the fast time in session number 3, and David LaPointe fast time in group number 1. 3:58 modified hot laps on track. Yann Bussière set quick time in Group 1 with a 14:001. Group 2 on track. Jason Aikman, the Senior Director of Traffic Control, will be ready to turn this field loose off of turn number 4. Green lights are on and we are off and running. Session number 2 has drawn to a close, and Martin, it didn't take us long to get down into the 13-second bracket. We're halfway to 12 seconds now. Corey Wheeler puts it to him with a 13.512, fastest in group number 2 by far. Session 3 rolling trackside. How about that one?
Yeah, and there's a lot of good drivers in the group number 3 as well, Tim, as we have the one of David Hébert, the guy to beat here at the Speedway in the last few weeks, the 25 of Steve Bernier, one of the most consistent driver that we've had this year, looking for a win here at the Speedway, but always a threat when he comes at Cornwall Motor Speedway. The 01 of Chris Raby, 23 of Mike Stacy, driving the 124 tonight. So making the jump in the modifieds tonight in the 124 will be Moïse Paget. Paget was one of the top runners last year in the Sportsman ranks here at the Speedway, so making the jump in the Pierre Dagenet car tonight in the 124. So good to have Moïse Paget here at the Speedway this year. And we have the 66 of Carl Dingwall, also one of the strong runners here at the Speedway. So we'll send them to green, on va les envoyer au vert. Donc Moïse Paget dans la voiture 124 ce soir de Pierre Dagenet. A lot of different drivers in this car this year. Beaucoup de pilotes différents cette saison dans cette voiture. Kyle Dingwall had the quickest lap in group number 3 here with a 13.693. Steve Vernier second, Mike Stacy, Moïse Paget, David Hébert, and Chris Raby. So all the modifieds will have a quick turnaround time as they will be right after the mini stocks as first practice session is on the track here. Now the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau, Tony 2J of Justin Jaudoin, Brennan McMillan in the 23. 21 of Marc-André Vouillet, 88C of Curtis Lindsay, and the 2X of James Clark on the Speedway. Good field of mini stocks here tonight, despite a busy weekend for them as they were in action either in Brockville or in Granby yesterday. So, good field of cars here.
Yeah, James Clark was the winner last night at Brockville, and Alexis Charbonneau picked up a win last night in Granby. I believe that's 3 or 4 for him there at Granby this year. He's just been lights out over there on the big half mile. Green lights are on. First of 2 sessions for the mini stocks on track and underway. And that will do it for session number 2 in the mini stocks, or number 1 rather. Session 2 on the way out right now as the modifieds will be coming back for their time trial session. They'll set the lineup for their qualifying heats. If you are just joining us on 360nitro.tv, we welcome you to the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Timmy Baltz and Martin Belanger calling all the action for you as always. The only thing you really missed is hot lap sessions and time trial sessions in Sportsman and Modified. As fast time overall in Sportsman went to Justin Lalonde. He did that in group number 2. David Lapointe was fastest in group 1, and Billy Cook quickest in group 3. The 14.960, 3:58 modified hot laps. Quick time in group 1, it was Jan Bussier, 14.001. Corey Wheeler quickest overall in group 2, 13.512. And Kyle Dingwall, 13.693, fastest in group 3. And that leads us into session number 2 for the mini stocks here tonight. So green lights are on, and session number 2 for the mini stocks is back underway. also out of Alexandria in the Jim's Performance Plus Mr. Radiator number 88. That is Lee Ladisser. Ryan Arbuthnot, reigning track champion at the Can-Am Speedway and Brockville, Ontario Speedway. And there's Brianna Ladisser, car number 15B. Winner in a Sportsman car here earlier this year. She'd love to get a modified win to go with that. Green lights are on. First half of group number 1 on track. This is the time trial session. This will set the lineup for their qualifying heat races later on this evening as they come across the line. First lap for Joey Ladisser goes to 13.654. Lee Ladisser 13.787. Ryan Arbuthnot 13.527. Brianna Ladisser 14.006. Checkered in the air for Joey 13.493. Back to top the board. Lee Ladisser 13.693. Arbuthnot 13.459. Brianna 13.707. So Ryan Arbuthnot currently fast time in group number 1A. He goes a 13.459. 13.459 is quick time so far. As the back half of Group 1 on track, going to be led by Jan Bussier, Chris Herbison in the 63 and the 73 of Matthew Boisvert. Green lights are back on. Jan Bussier was quick time in the Group 1 hot lap session. He's looking to continue that trend tonight. The Shark Man out of Drummondville backs his Pitnell chassis into turns 1 and 2, sends it into turn 3 the exact same way. I don't think he's let off the gas just yet. We'll see what time he can post. 13.161 for Jan Bussier. Quick time there. Chris Herbison comes across a 14.044. 13.684 for Matthew Boisvert. Well, we'll see if Jan Bussier can crack into the 12s. 13.158. Still a little bit quicker than lap number 1. As Herbison comes on by 13.990 and a 13.574. For Matthew Boisvert. Jan Bussier 13.158. He will go on the pole for heat race number 1, Group 2A, rolling trackside right now. What a lap for the Shark Man.
Exactly, what a lap for the Shark Man. Well, 2 consistent laps, 13.16 and 13.15. So we'll see if one of these drivers is able to beat that. And one of them could be the 47S of Corey Wheeler. Always quick here at the Speedway, the 96 of Jeff Corriveau on the Speedway, 85 of Tyler Givoux, and the 17 of Tristan Draper. We'll go green here on the 47 of Wheeler, on the last sur le 47 de Corey Wheeler. On verra ici le premier temps du champion 2019. 13.067, 13.067, quickest time so far tonight in the 47S of Wheeler. 13.108, 13.108, 13.30 for Jeff Corriveau, Tyler Givoux, third, and Tristan Draper, 13.669. So Wheeler 13.067. We're getting closer and closer to the 12-second mark, but it's quick tonight. The track is getting quicker and quicker, which is good for heat action. But right now we have the 151 of Brian McDonald, 22 of Mario Claire, and the 18 of Louis Jackson on the Speedway. We'll see if one of these guys are able to pass Wheeler. McDonald, 5th, Mario Claire, 13.515. Ford quickest time here. Checker flag for these individuals here. McDonald up to 3rd, 13.321. Mario Claire didn't go as fast, but boy, Corey Wheeler, 13.067, GF Corriveau, Brian McDonald, Tyler Givoux, Mario Claire, Tristan Draper, and Louis Jackson will be your starting lineup as heat number 3, or group number 3, is on the Speedway.
A blistering lap set by Corey Wheeler right there. Steve Bernier comes down the 25-star. 124 tonight, driven by Luis Paget, making his modified debut tonight. Chris Raby in the 01, along with Kyle Dingwall in the 66. First half of Group 3 on track. Overall quick time right now is Corey Wheeler, 13:067. And we'll see what kind of time Steve Bernier can lay down as he crosses the line. His first time, 13:380. Paget comes by 13:470. Second quick for him. Chris Rabia, 13:570. Kyle Dingwall, 13:366. That's atop the board. 13:262. Bernier back atop the leaderboard. 13:429 for Paget as Chris Rabby comes by 13:527. 13:226 for Kyle Dingwall, fastest in group number 3 so far. Steve Bernier, 13:262, 13:429 for Paget, and Chris Rabby, 13:527 as Mike Stacey comes on out, the number 23. David Hebert, he has been unbeatable the last 2 weeks. And the number 1, the St. Damas, Quebec native, will try to go fast here in group number 3B as Mike Stacey will get the green flag. Just 2 drivers out on the racetrack right now, so each of them should get a good clean lap in as Stacey brings his ride through turns 3 and 4 and across the line for lap number 1, trying to beat 13:226. 13:674 for Stacey as he comes across the back straightaway. There will come across the line. 14:378 on lap number 1, and Mike Stacey again on lap number 2. 13:531. We'll see if Hebert can pick the time up as he comes down across the line this time. It looks a little better. 13:948. And that will do it. Kyle Dingwall fastest in group number 3, and he will start on the pole for heat race number 3. Your overall quick time, though. Yeah. Oh, it was well written for a 9-year-old. It was in cursive, too.
Wow.
Believe that.
Really
Also said on
sponsorship money.
Yeah. Oh, I got I got me a couple of stickers and a set of tires for the season.
That's good.
That was good.
Way to start.
We did.
All right, so heat number 1 at the Speedway. So we're starting our evening here of racing as we have the 23B of Brendan McMillan, the 49 of Alexis Charbonneau, Christian Charbonneau in the 67, 87 of Michael Baudry, and the 22 of Justin Jaudoin. 6 laps will be the distance, 6 tours. So right off the start, 49 of Alexis Charbonneau took the green here. Even though the track was really quick for the modifieds, it seems to be a little bit more tricky for those small tires here as they're not running as quick as they are usually going right now, but still Alexis Charbonneau is the class of the field right now in front of Brendan McMillan. Gaining some ground is the 22 of Justin Jaudoin. Alexis Charbonneau qui mène le bal sur Brendan McMillan et Justin Jaudoin. 87 de Baudry et Christian Charbonneau. On est à la mi-course ici, halfway point pour Alexis Charbonneau. Jaudoin trying to gain some ground on the leader as McMillan and Baudry are your top 4. Christian Charbonneau closing out the field. 2 laps to go. 2 tours à faire pour Charbonneau. White flag being displayed. Le blanc est donné. Alexis Charbonneau will come and get the heat number 1 win here. And he confirms it in front of Justin Jaudoin. Brendan McMillan in 3rd. Michael Baudry 4th. And Christian Charbonneau will complete the top 5. Donc Alexis Charbonneau, votre vainqueur. Devant la voiture 22 de Justin Jaudoin, Brendan McMillan, Michael Baudry et Christian Charbonneau complète le top 5 as heat number 2 is on the Speedway, Tim, and we have some great cars in that heat as well.
And that we do. Martin Belanger as the 88 of Curtis Lindsay goes from the pole. James Clark, 5 wins this season across here in Brockville. He will go from the outside of row number 1 in the 2X. Mike Gaucher's got a win at Brockville earlier this year in the number 3, the 60 of Sylvain Charette. And Marc-Andre Voyer in car number 21 will round out the rest of your field. 5 cars, 6 laps is the distance. Green lights are on and we're back underway. No surprise to anyone, James Clark jumps into the race lead as they work the back straightaway for the first time. Here comes Mike Gaucher on that outside lane as they head up into turns 3 and 4. Curtis Lindsley battling with Sylvain Charette for positions 3 and 4. And across the line, Marc-Andre Voyer rounds up a top 5 as Sylvain Charette just about got the wall down here in the front straightaway but was able to straighten it out. 2 drivers at the front of the field have been battling each other all season. Look at the shot that Gaucher gives Clark into turn 3. Says, hey, I'm here, let's go. As they head up off of turns 3 and 4 and across the line. 2 laps are down. Clark knows he's there now. Into turns 1 and 2. 2 laps are complete. Little smoke showing out of the back of the 3 of Gaucher as Marc-Andre Voyer and the 60 of Sylvain Charette battling there for spots 3 and 4, and Charette able to pull away down across the line. 3 down, 3 to go. It is James Clark and Mike Gaucher at the front of the field right now, and the rest of the field trying to figure out a way to catch him. Down the back straightaway they go as Clark with the advantage into turn number 3. Half car length is the advantage right now. Mike Gaucher right there on the back doorstep. Should something happen with our leader. 2 to go this time by James Clark in command of it. Into turns 1 and 2 goes our leaders down the back chute. Straightaway lead over the battle for third between Sylvain Charette, Marc-Andre Voyer, and Curtis Lindsay. Top 2 off of corner number 4. White flag in the air for James Clark. Final time into turns 1 and 2. The man out of Hawkesbury, Ontario, Canada, making his way off of corner 2. Slipped a little wide. Gaucher not able to take advantage, and Clark has actually extended that lead by a car length and a half right now. Biggest lead he's had all race, and that's how they're going to finish. James Clark will collect the win. The second spot will go to Gaucher. Third is still up for grabs, and Sylvain Charette in the number 60 will grab the third spot, followed by Curtis Lindsay and Marc-Andre Voyer in that order. Great run there for James Clark, and congratulations again to Alexis Charbonneau on winning the heat as well. 2 drivers who have feature wins this weekend. Going to be tough to beat in the mini stocks here tonight. Sportsman heat number 1 of 3 on track next.
Première de 3 qualifications. Sportsman, first of 3 qualifiers here in the Sportsman. Le 78L, 77-8 of David Lapointe, 78 of Dale Gifford, 22C of Cedric Gauvreau, 37 of Darrell Mitchell, the 1 of Robert Delarmy, 18 junior of Jason Rose, and Curtis Caillé rounds out the field. 8 laps will be the distance. 8 tours la distance. Première de 3 qualifications. First of 3 qualifiers here for the Sportsmen. They'll have a 50-lap event here tonight at the Speedway. We go green on vos verts. David Lapointe qui prend les commandes sur Dale Gifford, Cédric Gauvreau en 3e. Gauvreau qui tente de dépasser Gifford ici. On voit Robert Delarmy qui s'attaque pour la 5e position. So battle for the lead between a pair of 78s between Gifford and Lapointe. Heated battle right now for that 5th position between Jason Rose and Robert Delarmy, as Cedric Gauvreau is trying different lines here to pass Dale Gifford. Gives him a little bit of a push here as the top 3 are racing together. We'll see if Robert Delarmy passes Mitchell. Mitchell goes a little bit too high, but Delarmy is able to slip by halfway point. Demi-course, David Lapointe qui continue à mener cette qualification. On monte un petit peu trop haut ici. Almost 3 wide as Gifford is able to pass him for the lead. Slip here for Lapointe. line to slips to position number 4. He fades a little bit here in heat number 1. As Gauvreau is now second. Robert Delarme will be to watch. Has been quick every year, every time this year here at the Speedway. Donc Dale Gifford qui continue à mener sur Cédric Gauvreau. Robert Delarme qui va tenter de s'approcher du top 2. La pointe toujours quatrième avec Jason Rose qui tente une manœuvre sur la pointe. Réussi à le passer. White flag was displayed to the leader. Dale Gifford here leading the way. With Cédric Gauvreau in the second. Checker flag is out. Dale Gifford is your heat winner here. Cédric Gauvreau in the second. Robert Delarme third. Jason Rose, Darrell Mitchell, your top 5. David Lapointe and Curtis Caillé rounds out the field. So great to run for Dale Gifford, winning the heat race here at the Speedway as we're sending heat number 2, and a lot of aviators in that one, Tim.
Very much so, as heat number 2 rolling track side is going to feature 2017 track champion Justin Lalancette on the point. Outside will be the former Mohawk International Raceway track champion that same year in car number 44, winner last night at Brockville and 2-time winner here. It's Jonathan Ferguson. The man who won last night in the 77, or last week in the 77, that's Ryan Stabler from here in Cornwall. And the guy beside him in car number 38J, third place finish last night at the Boss, and a winner here earlier this year, that's Jared Herbison. Final row, it is Dominic Merkley in the 78D, and Fire Swap, who won last night, his second of the year at Brockville in rookie sportsman action. Heat number 2, 8 laps to this fifth, 6 cars on track, and we're green. And we're going to call that one back. So we're going to fire at the wired audio signs over there in turns 3 and 4. Right about where Don Simpson and Rick Young are. Right there. That's perfect. Green lights are on and we're underway. As they head up through turns 1 and 2, Jonathan Ferguson picking up where he left off last night at the Boss, in command in the turn number 3. Well on set. Right there for second, battle on for third, no contest there as Jared Herbison drives around the top side. Here comes Fire Swamp, looking at Ryan Stabler trying to get by for position number 4. Couldn't get it done that time. Right now the field is filing out into single file formation through turns 3 and 4. Jonathan Ferguson starting to open up the lead just a little bit as Jared Herbison watches wide off of turn number 4. Ryan Stabler trying to move in and take the spot away with Fire Swamp and Dominic Merkley back there battling for 5th and 6th at the moment. But Jonathan Ferguson, the class of the field, brings it down off of turn number 4 and across the line. 3 down, 5 more to go. The 44 of Jonathan Ferguson well in command now. He's opened up quite a lead over Justin Lalancette, probably about 7 car lengths as they come down across the line. Jared Herbison once again way wide, opens the door. Here comes Ryan Stabler to the bottom. He'll go to the third rather. Swap still there in 5th, followed by Merkley in the 6th spot. But Jonathan Ferguson is having some fun out there tonight. Flying around this racetrack, 5 laps down, 3 to go, almost a straightaway advantage over the second place running Justin Lalancette as they working off corner number 2 and down the backstretch. Meanwhile, off of turn number 4 and across the line, 2 to go for Ferguson. Lalancette in command of second, the 77 of Stabler still holding on to third. Then Jared Herbison, Fire Swap, and Dominic Merkley continue to file out the rest of the field. Farewell flag is waving. Final time for Jonathan Ferguson. White flag in the air. Into turn number 1. Straightaway lead over Justin Lalancette. The 77 of Stabler still there for third. Herbison is 4th. Swap and Merkley continue their fight for 5th and 6th. Checkered in the air. No contest. Jonathan Ferguson backs it into victory lane once again in heat number 2. Justin Lalancette will cross in second. Ryan Stabler comes up for third, followed by Jared Herbison, Fire Swap, and Dominic Merkley. So a quick heat race there in heat number 2 for the Sportsman. Jonathan Ferguson puts another one in the record books as he wins heat number 2. Heat 3, you're rolling trackside, and another stacked field once again.
All right, heat number 3 on the Speedway. Troisième qualification sur la piste. So we have the M70 of Billy Cook, Bladen Arquette in position in number 2, first time here at the Speedway in 2020. 94 of Gabriel Cyr, 28 of Steve Morris. Thomas Cook in the 35, Kaylin Draper in the 18, and Chris Ferguson in the 88C. Yellow is out. No start here for heat number 3 in the Sportsman. Complete restart here for the heat number 3. Troisième qualification en piste offre un départ au complet. Good start here. Bon départ ici pour le vétéran Billy Cook qui prend les commandes sur Arquette et Gabriel Cyr. Gabriel Cyr utilise l'intérieur pour prendre la deuxième position. Cyr uses the inside lane to take second on Arquette. Steve Morris battle in for third here with Arquette as the veteran Billy Cook leads everyone. Leading the way as C running in second, Steve Morris, Arquette, Draper, Cook, and Chris Ferguson. As keeping his distance is the veteran 50 ans de course pour Billy Cook. 50 years of racing for Billy Cook. Having a solid night of racing here at the Speedway tonight. Morris, Arquette, and Draper, your top 5. Thomas Cook and Chris Ferguson. No change right now in positioning as Gabriel Cyr is inching closer to one of his mentors. Good battle for that 4th and 5th position. Billy Cook is still your race leader in front of Gabriel Cyr. Cyr will try everything to go and win this third heat here. A bit of touching between the 18 of Arquette and Kaylin Draper. Solid contact here, but Billy Cook will go and get the heat win in front of Gabriel Cyr. Of Steve Morris. So great run here by the veteran driver Billy Cook. Having a solid night here tonight, Tim, as we'll have the first of 3 modified heats coming our way soon.
That's impressive. Fast time in the time trial session he was in his group, and now wins the heat race in heat number 3 over young hot shoe Gabriel Cyr. Ten laps is the distance, first of 3 350 modified heat events on track. Jan Bussier, the Sharkman, on point, the 21, along with the R70 of Ryan Arbuthnot. Row 2 is going to find the 23 of Joey Lannister, with the 73 of Matthew Blauvert, 88 Lee Lannister, alongside of Brianna Lannister in the 15B, and Chris Herberson in the 63 in spot number 7. Green light set to come on at the wired audio fire zone. Jason Aikman has him in his control off of turn number 4. The Sharkman and Ryan Arbuthnot. First time through turns 1 and 2, it's going to be Jan Bussier jumping into the top spot. Ryan Arbuthnot, Matthew Blauvert, Joey Lannister, and Brianna Lannister here. To turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Chris Herbison towards the back portion of the field. You can see the right front when he comes back by. It is vibrating considerably out there. A bunch of clay built up in the right front here. You can see it come by down here in the front straightaway. That is going to be a tough one to hang on to as Joey Lannister bobbled a little bit off of corner number 2, but brought it back on. Meanwhile, Jan Bussier having no problem running away and hiding from everybody. The Sharks in the outer drum number 21 ride. Sailing down the backstretch, he's got about a 7-car length advantage over the Ryan Arbuthnot R70, the 73 of Matthew Blaubert, Joey Lannister, Brianna Lannister, Lee Lannister, and Chris Herbison back there fighting for spots 4, 5, 6, and 7. But in the meantime, Bussier in command of the field, the man who won a Canadian Nationals event here last season. Brings it into turns 1 and 2. Brianna Lannister with a problem, pulls it off the top side of corner 3 and heads straight to pit road. But right now, Jan Bussier in command. Down across the line, 6 laps down, 4 more to go in the opening heat for the modified. Ryan Arbuthnot doing everything he can do to catch him, but the racetrack is so fast right now that everybody's got their foot buried to the floorboard and not showing any signs of letting up as Bussier comes across the line. 7 laps down, 3 to go. The lead still stabilized right now at about 8 car lengths as they're working down the back straightaway. The 73 of Matthew Blaubert. About 3 car lengths in front of Joey Lannister for the 3 spot. Then it's Lee Lannister in 5th. Chris Herbison continues to complete the field in 6th. 2 to go for Jan Bussier as Herbison takes it to pit road. White flag in the air this time by, and the Shark Man is on the charge here tonight down in front. 9 laps down, 1 more to go. Ryan Arbuthnot doing all he can to run him down, but he's going to run out of time. Checkered flag in the air, no contest at the front. Jan Bussier to victory lane, followed by Ryan Arbuthnot. Matthew Blaubert comes home in 3rd. Joey and Lee Lannister will complete the rest of your field, and that will do it for the first of 3 heats in the modifieds tonight. Heat race number 2, set to roll trackside right now.
Deuxième qualification, heat number 2 for the modifieds. 47S of Corey Wheeler. Sponsor of the division in 2020, the Grinder, GF Corriveau, the 151 of Brian McDonald, 85 of Tyler Javogue, 22 of Mario Claire, 17 Tristan Draper, and the 18 junior of Louis Jackson. So we'll go green in turn number 4. On va au vert dans le tournant numéro 4. Wheeler is your control car, and we go green. Solid start for Wheeler, taking the lead over Corriveau and Javogue. We'll watch position behind Wheeler here as Javogue battling for that 3rd position with Brian McDonald and Tristan Draper. Flag goes a little bit too high here. Able to keep that position with Louis Jackson. Hits the wall here for Mario Claire. We'll see if he's able to gain some ground on these drivers. Corey Wheeler is your race leader right now in front of Corriveau and Javogue. Corriveau arrive à la mi-course, but Wheeler is your race leader here. Corriveau in 2nd, Javogue, Ryan McDonald, Tristan Draper. No change right now. The battle for position number 3 between McDonald and Javogue is shaping up. Some good racing between these 2 individuals, but Corey Wheeler is the man of the hour right now. Just ran a 12.907 for Corey Wheeler. So track is quick. 12.889, so Corey Wheeler doing some time trial laps here in heat number 3, and heat number 2. Corey Wheeler bien rapide dans cette deuxième qualification. Il est sous les 13 secondes. He gets the checker flag at 12.889 was the quickest time for Corey Wheeler. Pierre in second, and Tyler Deville third, Brian McDonald, Tristan Draper, Louis Jackson, and Mario Claire. So, solid run for Corey Wheeler here. Was running in the last few laps under the 13-second mark, always around the 12.8 and 12.9 for Corey Wheeler, so bad fast.
Oh, bad fast for sure. It looked like he was time trialing again there for 10 laps. As the final heat for the modifieds on track is going to feature the 25, Steve Bernier. Or Kyle Dingwall actually on the pole. He gets a choice of starting lane. He goes to the top side. Steve Bernier will join him on the front row in the 25. Moise Paget in the 124 along with the 01 of Chris Ramey. Final row, it is the 23 of Mike Stacy. Alongside of him will be the 1 of David Hebert. Third and final heat for the modifieds on track. 10 laps the distance. Dingwall and Bernier on the front row. Green lights are on and we're underway. As they work into turns 1 and 2, Kyle Dingwall immediately drops to the bottom, drives away from Bernier down the back chute, leaves Chris Rabbit to deal with him into turn number 3. Moise Paget and David Hebert battling for 4th and 5th at the moment. As they come across the line, lap number 1 is in the books right now. Kyle Dingwall showing no signs of letting up. He's got about a 4-car length lead over the 25 of Bernier with Chris Rabbit at third. Everybody going into single file formation at the moment. Two-time track champion Dingwall, though, has a fast race car, and he's showing you how quick it is. Steps it up, drives it away, and open up the lead now to about 5 car lengths as Chris Rabbit moving in on the back bumper of Steve Bernier down the front straightaway. Moise Paget in the 124 having a solid showing in his debut in the modified ranks tonight. Holding on to spot number 4, David Hebert, who has won twice in the previous 2 weeks. Holds on to 5th. Paget once again catches a spot on the racetrack, and his car was not very happy going through that spot over there in turn number 4. Open the door as David Hebert gets by for the number 4 position. As we click off lap number 5, we're halfway home, and Kyle Dingwall, oh my, got a little airtime there in turn number 1. Bounced through a bump down there and opened the door for Steve Bernier to close the gap. Dingwall will get back into his rhythm, coming off of corner number 4 and across the line. 6 laps are complete. Dingwall sends it in a little bit higher in turns 1 and 2 to avoid that spot that he just hit. As Steve Bernier right there in his tire tracks, coming off of turn number 4. 2-car length lead for Dingwall to come down across the line. 7 laps down, 3 more to go. It is all Kyle Dingwall at the moment. Steve Bernier giving chase down the back chute as Chris Rabbit looking back there from the 3 spot, trying to figure out a way to run these 2 drivers down with 2 to go. 8 down, 10 more, or 8 down, 2 more to go in this 10-lap heat event. Third and final for the modifieds right now. And Kyle Dingwall trying to put it home. White flag in the air for Dingwall as the 25 of Bernier trying to run him down in spot number 2. He's been able to get within 2.5 to 3 car lengths, and that's where he's going to end up. Checkered flag in the air, no contest. Kyle Dingwall into victory lane. He'll grab the win in heat number 3. Bernier crosses in second. Rabbit to third. David Hebert, Moise Paget, and Mike Stacy complete the rest of your field, and that will do it. For the modifieds, they'll head back to pit road and test and tune their machines for their 50-lap feature tonight. Pro Stock, one and only heat, rolling trackside, and Martin Belanger's got the call.
8 laps will be the distance here for Pro Stock's action. Got the 9 of Eric Jean-Louis, the 6 of Stéphane Lebrun, 72 of Bruno Richard, winner last time here at the Speedway, and the 8 of Marc Lalonde. As I said, 8 laps will be the distance, 8 tours la distance pour les Pro Stock. 4 voitures en action. Good start for Stéphane Lebrun, showing new colors here tonight at the Speedway. Nouvelle couleur pour Stéphane Lebrun, qui prend les commandes devant Jean-Louis et Bruno Richard. Marc Lalonde qui suit de près. So Stéphane Lebrun already has a good lead over the field as Bruno Richard trying to pass Jean-Louis for that second spot. Marc Lalonde closing the field. Stéphane Lebrun, your race leader. We'll be at halfway point here as Lebrun, your leader. Jean-Louis and Bruno Richard battling for that second spot. Bruno Richard trying some different lines here to pass the 9 of Jean-Louis with Marc Lalonde leading at the back here, waiting for maybe one opportunity here as Bruno Richard gave a little bit of a push. So we'll have 2 laps to go, 2 tours à faire pour Stéphane Lebrun. Éric Jean-Louis qui continue de défendre la deuxième place sur Bruno Richard. Marc Lalonde en 4e. A white flag will be displayed here to the 6 of Stéphane Lebrun. Éric Jean-Louis in 2nd. Bruno Richard 3rd and Marc Lalonde. No change in the order as Bruno Richard takes the 2nd spot. Your heat winner, the 6 of Stéphane Lebrun, Bruno Richard, Éric Jean-Louis, and Marc Lalonde will round out the field as we're ending the heat. So as we'll be ready to go feature time with the mini stocks in first.
So that has been the list of winners so far in 2020 as far as the mini stock features is concerned. Qualifying heat races tonight went to Alexis Charbonneau and James Clark. Charbonneau does lead all drivers with 3 heat wins this year. James Clark, Jan Potvin, Mike Gaucher, Marc-Andre Voyer, and Frank Belair each have 1 win apiece in qualifying heat action this year, but right now it's all about feature time as we are set and ready to go racing. "20 laps will be the distance as the field rolls trackside. White flag to be displayed this time by, green next trip around. White flag being displayed. Clark and Charbonneau on that front row. 2 of the strongest cars in this division. Of course, both of them have feature wins this season. Both of them have feature wins this weekend. One of these drivers could walk away with a feature win. The other could not. Or that row behind him could be coming up to play spoiler here. As green lights are on and we're underway. Into turns 1 and 2, first trip down the back straightaway. It is Alexis Charbonneau picking up the lead. Mike Gaucher, James Clark, your top 3 as Justin Jodway throws his name in the hat for this one as he comes down across the line at lap number 2. Or lap number 1 rather. It is Charbonneau out in front of the field. Gaucher and Clark, your top 3 as they motor off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Justin Jodway, Sylvain Charette, your top 5 with Curtis Lindsay, Marc-Andre Voyer, 6th and 7th. Brandon McMillan is 8th. 9th is Christian Charbonneau. Rounding out the top 10 is Dan Cook with Andrew Nathan in car number N7, completing the field in 11th. 2 laps down, 18 to go. A long ways to go in this one. And right now, Charbonneau holds the lead into turns 3 and 4. 3 of Gaucher right there on his back bumper. Mike Gaucher has a win this year in a 25-lap special at Brockville. And right now he's trying to get his first Cornwall win of the season. Has been competing the odd time in the Lightning Sprint division in 2020. Mike's getting used to that, but he feels right at home with these mini stocks as he works in turns 1 and 2 behind the leader, Alexis Charbonneau, down the backstretch. James Clark running in the third spot as they work by the Andrew Nathan number N7 ride. Nathan, look out. Gets it up into the infield area out of harm's way. We will see green. And he brings it back on the racetrack and gets it going again. As we got 5 laps down, 15 to go, and the top 3 still the same 3 cars as it's Charbonneau, Gaucher, and Clark in that order. Back there, battle going on for the 4th position as Sylvain Charette and the 22 of Justin Jodwin going at it. The spots 4 and 5, Curtis Lindsay trying to move in to make it a good 3-car battle there. Marc-Andre Voyer just behind them in spot number 7, bringing it down across the line. Charbonneau and Gaucher swing by the Nathan number 7 machine into turn number 1. And Clark has lost touch with the leaders here as Mike Gaucher sees the opportunity at lap 7. Sneaks down to the low side, gets by, crossover move by Alexis Charbonneau. They trade a little paint down the front chute. Charbonneau will lead the way, and in the process, James Clark comes back into the picture now. So once again, 3-car battle for the lead as they hustle down the back chute. Gaucher, I'll tell you what, he has got some straightaway speed. He closed in right on the back bumper of Charbonneau coming off of corner number 2. Down across the line they go at lap number 9. Closing in on the halfway point of this event. And Alexis Charbonneau in command, but here comes Mike Gaucher. Saw the opportunity on the top side. He'll try to get by for the lead. He does for a moment. And Mike Gaucher, your new race leader, as Dan Cook gets up out of the way of the leaders as they come across the line. Gaucher in command. Into turns 1 and 2. Charbonneau there for second. And here comes James Clark around the top side. Something could be going away with the 49 of Charbonneau down the back chute as he slows considerably into turns 3 and 4 right now. Clark and Gaucher 1 and 2 as they come across the line. Gaucher in command of it though at lap number 11. 9 laps left to go. Does James Clark have enough time to run down Mike Gaucher? That is the question as Andrew Nathan, his debut here in the mini stocks, not going as planned. Caution lights are on at lap number 11. Going to allow the field to stack up here one more time for the restart. So Christian Charbonneau and Dan Cook will go behind the 23 of Brandon McMillan on this restart. 11 down, 9 more to go. So, we'll be set to go here. White flag to be displayed this time by. And Mike Gaucher elects to go from the outside lane here on the restart. 9 more to go. Clark looking for his 4th win of the season. Gaucher looking for his 1st. As they come down into turns 3 and 4, Gaucher's on the gas, and we're back to green. Quickly through turns 1 and 2, Gaucher once again with a 2-car length lead as Justin Jodwin finds room on the top side. He'll get around the 49 of Charbonneau through turn number 3. So the reigning track champion in the mini stocks here trying to hold on for 3rd as it comes down across the line. Charbonneau battling back. 12 laps down, 8 more to go, and Mike Gaucher is pulling away from the field as the car slowing into turn number 1. It's Marc-Andre Voyer, flat right front tire for his machine. Off of turn number 4, Gaucher in command, 3-car length lead as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Clark doing what he has to do, trying to run down Gaucher, but right now, having no such luck. Meanwhile, the battle is on for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. As Justin Jodwin has the spot, the 49 of Charbonneau trying to take it back. Sylvain Charette back there in spot number 5 as we work lap 14 with 6 to go. Mike Gaucher well in command right now. Clark doing all he can right now to run down the race leader. He may have a shot at him here coming off of turn number 4. Gaucher got a little bit loose into turn number 4. As Clark and Gaucher working in lap traffic right now. Gaucher coming up on the back bumper of Dan Cook down the back straightaway. As Cook will pick the lane, Gaucher gets into him, opens the door for Clark to close in. Race is far from over with as Dan Cook gets out of the way of the leaders coming across the line. We have 4 to go this time by, and Mike Gaucher has company now. Here comes James Clark to the inside lane. Couldn't quite make it pay off that time. Into turns 3 and 4. Gaucher washes a little wide, opens the door. Here comes Clark back to the bottom. Side by side for the lead down in front. Gaucher will take it back with 3 to go. As they work it off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Justin Jodway in a fight for 3rd with Alexis Charbonneau. Sylvain Charette holding on to 5th. 2 to go this time by, and Mike Gaucher trying to hold on for his first Cornwall win of the season. Into turn number 1, the top 2 go. And right now, Mike Gaucher has the faster race car as he pulls away down the back stretch by about a car length and a half. Into turn number 3, Gaucher sets it up to the middle portion of the speedway. James Clark on the hammer, white flag in the air. Race is far from over. Your top 2 are going to settle it amongst themselves into turns 1 and 2. Clark trying to move in and take the spot away from Mike Gaucher. Into turns 3 and 4. Gaucher is going to send it in, and Clark washes down to the bottom. Here comes Gaucher, and Clark's going to take the lead and take the win. Back-to-back victories for James Clark, and a great move on the final lap. Wow, what a move by Clark at the finish. Takes the win, his 4th win of the season and 2nd in a row, 2nd of the weekend. My goodness, what a pass at the finish. And James Clark returns to Cornwall victory lane. His 2nd in a row, 4th of the season, 2nd of the weekend. Mike Gaucher had it in the palm of his hand right there at the finish. Comes up just a bit short. Justin Jodway comes home in spot number 3, followed by Alexis Charbonneau, and the 60 of Sylvain Charette will round out the top 5. So here he comes off the scales, and he will make his way into victory lane. Mike Gaucher had it right there at the finish, dominated this race, but Clark got the lead when the pay window opened, and we're going to send it to Martin Belanger trackside with a happy James Clark and his entire crew.
Thanks, Tim. Quite a finish for these 2 guys. They have been strong everywhere they've run this year, either here at the Speedway or in Brockville, but tonight it's James Clark. You can hear you right now. Win number 4 of the season for James Clark. Quite a year for this guy. James, congratulations, man. Quite a pass on that last lap with Mike Gaucher. I thought that the tree was gone for this race, but lap car in lap 16 got you guys closer, and you had the opportunity and you took it.
Yeah, I mean, he pulled away from me pretty early in the race. We fell into some lap traffic, slowed him down. I managed to get there, and I mean, I don't know what the hell just happened there in 3 and 4, but somehow I managed to get this race car between him and the bottom of the track, and I just managed to pass him right at the end. Like I was saying earlier, Mike, he's my mentor, when it comes to this sport. We're great teammates, and, fighting side by side with him like that, it's a real honor.
It was a tricky track for you guys tonight. You could see in the heat the track was a lot slippery for those small tires. It seems to be better for that feature, a lot faster, but still a really racy track for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the heat was a pretty slick track. The feature got a little sticky. Just coming out of 3 and 4 was a little dangerous, but we were able to maneuver it, so it all worked out pretty good.
Pretty sure you have a lot of people you would like to thank on this 4th win here at the Speedway.
Yes, I do have a lot of people to thank, but actually I want to dedicate this race to my really good friend and former track champion here, Chris James. You know, his mother, you know, she's not really doing too well. You know, so this race tonight, you know, it was for her, you know, and her fighting chance against this illness that she has.
All right, so thanks, James, and good luck, Chris. I know it's been a tough year for you. So a big round of applause for your feature winner here, James Clark. Juste pour traduire un petit peu pour mes amis sur 360nitro.tv de James Clark qui remporte une 4e victoire cette saison. Mentionnait que je lui mentionnais justement avec le 3 de Mike Gaucher. On pensait tout le monde un peu que Mike Gaucher était parti pour remporter la victoire, mais une voiture plus lente a rapproché le peloton au 16e tour et ensuite on a vu ici James Clark qui s'est approché de Mike Gaucher puis il a fait toute une manœuvre et je ne sais pas ce qui s'est passé dans le tournant numéro 3 et 4, j'ai réussi à le dépasser puis il était cherché une 4e victoire. Il dédie la victoire, là, on voit l'accolade qui se passe en ce moment avec Chris James, la mère de Chris James qui ne va pas bien, subit des traitements pour le cancer présentement, puis James Clark qui dédie la victoire à sa mère, donc on voit beaucoup de solidarité en ce moment parmi les pilotes dans les pluies, surtout du côté des mini-stocks, alors que Chris James est un de nos anciens compétiteurs, un ancien champion aussi. Très, très heureux pour une 4e victoire ici, James Clark. So, Tim, as I was mentioning in French, a lot of, you could see all the guys sticking together in the mini-stock. A lot of hard times right now for our friend Chris James. His mother is suffering some battling against the cancer right now, so a lot of emotion right now in the winner's circle. So, Tim, back up to you.
There, row number 7, Lee Lannister in the 88 with Tristan Draper in the 17. Row number 8, Moise Paget in the 124 with the 18 of Louis Jackson Jr. Row number 9 is going to find Mike Stacy in the 23 along with the 22 of Mario Claire. Row 10, the 63 of Chris Herbison. And rounding it out with the 15B of Brianna Ladiseur. 20 cars, 50 laps is the distance. Second feature on the evening here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Glad you could join us here tonight and on 360nitro.tv. Glad you could be here and be a part of this great event. Next week, full program in all 4 divisions coming back to the Speedway. We look forward to having you back there as well. White flag coming to the Speedway next time by. Green lights will be on next trip around. After that, once again, it's 50 green flag laps. All starts and restarts must be at the wired audio fire zone over in turn number 4. There'll be 1 lucky dog or easy pass in this event. First driver 1 lap down to the leaders will be granted his or her own lap back, so they will go to the tail end of the lead lap cars. White flag in the air. A couple of drivers know each other well from the Brockville Speedway. Ryan Arbuthnot and Kyle Dingwall will bring them down to green. Both of them former Brockville Speedway track champions. Kyle Dingwall, a 2-time track champion here at Cornwall Speedway. But right now, it's all about the feature win. No points on the line. All about the big trophy and the big money at the end of the day. Arbuthnot and Dingwall coming to green off of turn number 4. Green lights are on and we're underway. First time off of turn number 2, Ryan Arbuthnot jumps out into the lead off of turn number 4 and across the line. Into the 21 of Jan Bustier. Hold on to the top 5 spots early on as we work lap number 2. Ryan Arbuthnot has never won here in a modified. He has a couple of Sportsman wins. Here as he works it down the back straightaway into turn number 3. This man won 11 features in 2019 en route to 2 track championships and holding a comfortable advantage over Kyle Dingwall, Corey Wheeler, and Steve Green. Meanwhile, the driver who has won the last 2 weeks in a row here, David Hebert, trying to get through the traffic. He currently rides back in position number 11 is available for Brian McDonald as they string out down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 and across the line. It's Arbuthnot in command. Meanwhile, battle for second heating up as Corey Wheeler, Kyle Dingwall battling up for the second and third spot. Into turn number 1, a couple of former track champions going at it. Wheeler able to get by Dingwall last time. seconds behind them, Steve Bernier and the 21 of Jan Bussier. Battling for fourth and fifth as the grinder right behind him, Dan Cornwall in the sixth spot. Joey Lannister seventh. Tyler Jamoke is eighth. Ninth is Matthew Blomberg. Sixth Random having a battle with David Hebert for the number 10 position at the moment. As we click off lane number 8, and Ryan Arbison is driving the wheels off of this race car. That Valley Sales and Equipment Payload Transportation R70 ride is hooked up so far tonight. Meanwhile, the battle for second heating up again as Corey Wheeler took a look down to the low lane on Dingwall from the spot. Couldn't quite get it done that time. They'll try to get in turns 1 and 2. Dingwall with the momentum on the top side. He'll hold the position as they work in turns 3 and 4 and across the line. Here comes Corey Wheeler to the bottom. Steve Lincoln Moretti was looking for that time. As your leader enters into lap traffic, he'll close in on Chris Herbison. Herbison gets on the lane. Chris Raffy with a problem on the back straightaway. Pulling off the top side of turn number 3 and will head to the pit. And in the meantime, Ryan Arbison continuing to cut through the traffic as Kyle Dingwall has finally broken free from the Corey Wheeler 47 ride. Wheeler now falls around 4 car lengths behind Dingwall in third. And Bussier has gone around the 25 of Steve Bernier with a nice move in turn number 4. He'll pick up the number 4 position as Louis Jackson Jr. problem in turn number 3. He heads to pit road as well. Right now, Ryan Arbison continuing to motor through the traffic. He's had no problems whatsoever. Gets by the 124 Moise Paget, who is, I'm sure, getting some lessons from these drivers, including Arbison, as they head into turn number 3 and 4 and across the line. Meanwhile, that battle for second heating up one more time. Kyle Dingwall has it. Wheeler closing in on him in traffic. As we work in lap number 14, we'll be at lap 15 when they cross the line this time by. Still a straightaway advantage for Arbison at the moment. Into turns 1 and 2, Arbison has got the clear racetrack before he closes in on the 22 of Mario Claire. Claire won a feature with us earlier this season as he comes down the front straightaway. The former track champion of 2013 in danger of going a lap down. He's currently running in the 13th spot as they work it down the back chute. Arbison still a straightaway ahead of Kyle Dingwall as now the battle for the third spot, or the third spot rather, has drawn to a 3-car battle as Jan Bussier, holding on to the 4th spot, is closed in on Dingwall and Wheeler for those positions as Steve Bernier watches from the 5 spot. 6th is still J.F. Corvo. 7th is Joey Lannister. Tyler Jamoke having a great run up into 8th. 9th is Matthew Blomberg. And David Hebert cracked the top 10 for the first time tonight as we work in lap number 18. 32 to go. Ryan Arbison has led every lap thus far. Shows no signs of letting up. I think the only thing that's going to stop him could be a caution flag, but I don't foresee that happening right now as everybody is spread out around this speedway. Pretty well nobody able to get by anyone for the moment. As we work lap number 20, we are 2/5 of the way through this event. And the only battle on the racetrack at the moment is for positions 2, 3, 4, and 5 as Dingwall, Wheeler, Bussier, and Steve Bernier have those positions as they cross the line. Meanwhile, your leader, Ryan Arbison, still working on the back bumper of Mario Claire into turn number 3. Claire actually not holding Arbison up, though. He is keeping pace with him into turn number 1. And actually pulling away from Arby down the back straightaway. Arbison trying to figure out a way to get by as Brian McDonald is taking it to pit road. In the meantime, Kyle Dingwall into some traffic now. He's got Chris Herbison and Moise Paget to deal with. Paget gives way up on the top side. He's got a flat right rear tire. He pulls the Pierre Dagenet owned 124 ride way to the top side of the racetrack. And caution lights will come on with 23 laps in the books. 27 more to go, actually 26 to go, as Paget pulled it way up to the top side to get out of the way, but because of safety measures and stuff like that, we did not want something to happen there. So Moise Paget will take that to the attention of his crew, the Corey Dagenet ride. Chris Herbison will be the recipient of the Easy Pass, or Lucky Dog if you prefer. He will go to the tail end of the field and be back on the lead lap. Clean and green so far in the opening 23 laps of this contest. Ryan Arbison has had a bad, fast race car, the Valley Sales and Equipment Payload Transportation R70 machine out of Renfrew, Ontario. 11 wins in 2019. 2 track championships at Brockville and at Can-Am. Unfortunately not able to defend the Can-Am title this year, and Brockville running sporadic races for the modifieds this season. Won't be crowning a track champion there, but in any event, he just wants to get a feature win in 2020. Brianna Ladiseur, she pulled it to pit road earlier in this event. Motor problems on the Olsen Fab Olsen Fab 15B machine, so she has parked it for the night. Be back next week to try it again, though. White flag will be displayed this time by Jason Aikman, has him in his control. Arbuthnot will fire from the top side where he has been fast all night long. The 66 of Dingwall goes from second. Corey Wheeler, Jan Bussier, Steve Bernier, the top five. Then it's JF Corriveau, Joey Ladiseur, Tyler Javog is 8th, Matthew Boisvert 9th, David Hebert now 10th, 11th is Lee Ladiseur, 12th is Mario Claire, 13th to Chris Herbison, and Moise Paget will round out the field in 14th. He is the final car running on the racetrack. He is 1 lap down to the race leader. As we come back to green, we're back underway. Perfect start for Ryan Arbuthnot. Dingwall tried to fight back on the bottom. No contest. It's Arbuthnot in control as they work in lap number 24. This time by Dingwall and second and third. As Corey Wheeler trying to get that spot back. Bussier was able to get him on the restart. Steve Bernier holds on to the 5 spot. 6th is JF Corriveau getting some pressure from Joey Ladiseur. As we combine the halfway portion of the program, 25 down, 25 to go. Ryan Arbuthnot checking out on the field into turn number 3 and 4. He sets it up off the top side of corner number 4 and across the line. 6-car length lead over Dingwall. Bussier and Wheeler, 3rd and 4th. They work it into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Racetrack definitely has gotten faster out there as these drivers have got their foot matted to the floorboard on these cars into turns 1 and 2. That's one of the reasons why you see them string out like they do, because they're pretty well equally matched out there and not able to gain ground on one another. The only way you can gain ground on somebody is if they mess up in one of the corners, and right now Ryan Arbuthnot shows no signs of that happening. Looks like it's a little bit tight getting into the corner. You'll see him come into the turn and not able to get the car set just right there. He's having a hard time trying to get the car turned. Same thing with Jan Bussier. If you watch Dingwall into the corner that time, car looks a little bit tighter as Jan Bussier loosens the car up just a little bit, able to close in on Dingwall for second. Is Corey Wheeler moving in. He'll try to get third from Bussier down the front straightaway. Dingwall may have a problem, and he does. He has got a flat right rear tire. Corey Wheeler and then goes from 4th to 2nd, and Dingwall with a problem in turn number 2. Flat right rear tire. A second place run goes away at lap 31 for Kyle Dingwall. Unfortunate break for the man who won 2 track championships at this speedway back in the early 2000s. Finds himself headed to pit road, flat right rear tire for the man out of Iroquois, Ontario, Canada. So Moise Paget will be the recipient of the easy pass on this caution flag, second one of this 50-lap contest. Coming up after this, we'll have the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division for 50 laps, and then the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks for 15 laps to conclude our program here tonight at Cornwall. Glad you could join us. Hopefully you're having a great night of racing and enjoying yourselves on a great Sunday evening as Ryan Arbuthnot will line back up on the top side. Corey Wheeler will join him on the inside of row number 1. Jan Bussier, Steve Bernier, and the 96 of JF Corriveau round out your top 5. 6th is JF Corriveau. 7th to Tyler Javog. 8th is Matthew Boisvert. 9th is Mario Claire, and David Hebert still 10th. 11th is Lee Ladiseur. 12th to Chris Herbison. 13th and back on the lead lap is Moise Paget, and Mike Stacy now 14th on the grid unofficially. Set to go. Kyle Dingwall not able to make the necessary repairs. Report pit side, and he is done for the night. Tough break for the former track champion. And we're back to green. Up in a 1 and 2, RB on the top side. Corey Wheeler down low, and it'll be Arbuthnot again taking over the lead, and here comes Steve Bernier. Bernier, who picked up a win a couple of weeks ago at Brockville, wants to get back into victory lane in Cornwall. The only driver to win multiple features here at Cornwall last season, he was not even a track regular, was planning on running the full season here until the pandemic hit, but right now trying to flex his muscle and run down Wheeler and Arbuthnot. Meanwhile, behind him, good battle going on for the 5 spot between Joey Ladisser and the 96 of J.F. Corvo. Corvo jumps it up to the high lane, gets a little more momentum, pulls away from Ladisser into turn number 3, holding on to the 5 spot. As we click off lap number 34, we've got 16 to go, and Ryan Arbuthnot can taste his first ever Cornwall modified victory. But Corey Wheeler is going to make him earn it as they come down across the line this time by in lap 35, 15 to go. 15 more remain, and and Ryan Arbuthnot with a problem on the back straightaway. Just as I mentioned, Ryan could see his first ever Cornwall win. It all goes away on the backstretch. Caution lights are back on. Could be the same issue that the previous drivers had, a right rear flat tire on the R70. This brings the defending track champ Corey Wheeler to the lead, and Steve Bernier on his back bumper. This is going to make for some interesting water cooler talk on Monday morning as Corey Wheeler leads the way now, the defending champion trying to get back into victory lane. It's been almost a year since he's gone to the winner's circle here in Cornwall. Well, that kind of narrows things down. Arbuthnot had a dominant race car. As you see the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman division lining up in the staging area, ready to do battle next. And then the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stocks will roll back to the Speedway for 15 laps to close out another great evening here at Cornwall. But Corey Wheeler's going to have his hands full now. He's got Steve Bernier to his inside. Jan Bouchier, J.F. Corvo back behind him. Then Joey Ladisser, track record holder here, along with Matthew Boisvert. David Hebert has silently moved up into the number 7 spot. Mario Claire is now 8th. Tyler Givogue, Lee Ladisser, the top 10. Moise Paget, 11th in his debut in the modified ranks. Chris Herbison, 12th. And Mike Stacy back on the lead lap unofficially in 13th. 13 drivers left on the racetrack, 36 down, 14 to go. Can Corey Wheeler hold on and win one for the locals here? We have not had a local driver win yet in 2020. Wheeler wants to change that. We're back to green. Good start for Corey Wheeler. He gets away from Steve Bernier by 2 car lengths off the corner as Jan Bouchier jumps up to the back bumper of Bernier to turn number 3, looking for the number 2 spot. But right now, everybody chasing Corey Wheeler into turn number 1 and 2. Wheeler has been fast all night in that 47 ride. He's now looking to run away and hide from the rest of the field. 12 to go this time by, and it's Wheeler's race right now. It's Bernier, Bouchier, Corvo, and Joey Ladisser, your top 5. In the meantime, David Hebert trying to make something happen towards the end of this one. He's got a win streak on the line here, trying to get around Joey Ladisser up on the top side of the racetrack. That didn't quite happen as they come across the line. Oh my, they made contact coming into turn number 1. And Chris Herbison off the top side of corner number 3 and 4. Yellow lights back on with 39 in the books. 39 laps are complete, 11 more to go. Corey Wheeler got a great restart. That's what he has to keep on doing, just getting these great restarts, and he should have no problem getting into the winner's circle. But Steve Bernier is going to make it tough on him, as is Jan Bouchier, J.F. Corvo, and now Joey Ladisser 5th. 6th is David Hebert. 7th, Mario Claire. 8th, Matthew Boisvert. 9th to Lee Ladisser, and Tyler Givogue now 10th. Moise Paget is 11th. Final car in the lead lap. And Chris Herbison, not sure if he's going to be able to return to the field or not. Report trackside was that there was some debris over there in turn number 3, and they saw it come off of the Herbison ride. So that could be the end of the night for the Stewart Racing team. Corey Wheeler in control of it. As mentioned, he won the track championship last year. A lot of consistent finishes, one win on the season in 2019. Still trying to get Herberson's ride off the top side of corner number 3 and 4. Last feature win for Corey Wheeler, August 11th of 2019. It has been over 1 calendar year since he's won a feature here. Then again, we haven't run that many races, but in any event, he wants to get one badly. Off turn number 4, green lights back on, and we're underway. As they head off of corner number 2, Wheeler able to get the advantage down the back chute. Problems with Lee Ladisser in turn number 2. He slowed coming down the front straightaway and was not able to keep pace, so the caution lights will come back on. Well, Wheeler's got his hands full out there right now, but it doesn't look like he's too concerned about it. He gets a great restarts and is able to hold on to the lead. You got Steve Bernier, JF Corvo, and Jan Boussier along with Joey Ladisser behind you. Doesn't make your job any easier, though, does it?
No, it doesn't, but Wheeler has the experience running here, but Steve Bernier has been strong so far this year at Cornwall. He's looking for win number 1 as well this year, but looking at all his finishes, and it's been mostly in the top 10, even in the top 5, so he's consistent run for the 25. Just did the points for fun earlier on this week, and Bernier would be second in points, 1 point behind David Hébert. So these two drivers are doing some good battle. There's a lot of attrition tonight in this feature. It's a heavy track, but David Hébert is running 6th right now. So these drivers are moving up the ranks, but it's really tough track for everyone.
Yeah, and you're seeing it more often. The contingent of Quebec drivers making Cornwall Speedway their home. I was looking through some Gator Racing News magazines from back in the late 80s, early 90s, and when you saw guys from Quebec in the lineup here in Cornwall, it was something you didn't see all the time, and now we get the pleasure of seeing it every week pretty much, and they are tough, that is for sure, as Steve Bernier will try to show Wheeler how tough he is as they make their way off of turn number 4, and we're back to green. Wheeler says to Bernier, you might be quick, but I'm a lot quicker, and he drives away by 2 car lengths into the corner. What a move by JF Corvo to go to 3rd. Gets around his good friend Jan Boussier. Now David Hébert trying to make the move. He'll work the top side in corners 1 and 2. Switches lanes, going to the bottom. Here comes the great Canadian champion trying for 4th. Into turn number 3 and 4. Hébert down on the bottom. Boussier to the top side. It's David Hébert, your new 4th place car, as they head into turns 1 and 2. But Corey Wheeler is driving away from the field down the back chute. Into turn number 3. Bernier doing what he can to try to run down Wheeler at the moment, but right now Wheeler is in command. 42 laps are complete, 42 are down, 8 more to go. We'll be coming across the line with 7 to go this time by, and Corey Wheeler can taste victory right now. Bernier, Corvo, Hébert, and Jan Boussier, that's your top 5 at the moment, as Joey Ladisser and Mario Claire having it out for 6th and 7th. 8th is Matthew Boisvert, 9th is Tyler Chavogue, and rounding out your top 10 unofficially is Moïse Paget. 6 laps to go. Corey Wheeler gets a little wide off the turn, opens the door for Steve Bernier to close the gap. Off of turn number 4, 5 to go for Corey Wheeler. Trying to win one for the locals is Corey Wheeler, your defending track champion here in the Grinder Modified Division at Cornwall. Works the bottom side of turns 3 and 4 across the line. He'll come across with 4 to go. Bernier has got his foot buried right through the carburetor trying to catch Corey Wheeler down the back straightaway. He's had no such luck off of turn number 4. 3 to go. This time by for Corey Wheeler. Top 3 have broken away from David Ibero, holds on to 4th. 5th is still Jan Bouchier. Into turns 3 and 4. 2 remain for Corey Wheeler as he works it off at corner number 4 with a 4-car length advantage now over Steve Bernier. Bernier trying to run him down as they head up into turns 3 and 4 this time by. White flag in the air for Cornwall, Ontario's Corey Wheeler. The defending Cornwall Speedway track champion, trying to get his first victory of the season and win one for the locals. 2-car length lead over Steve Bernier. Into turns 3 and 4, bringing it home. Corey Wheeler, win number 1 of the season. Second spot will go to Steve Bernier. Third to J.F. Corvo, David Hebert, and Jan Bouchier, your top 5. What a run for Corey Wheeler. He'll park into victory lane for the first time since August 11th of 2019 right here at Cornwall Motor Speedway. The defending champ is back in the winner's circle tonight, and Wheeler got it done. Only won 1 race en route to the track championship last year, but several consistent finishes brought him home the 2019 title. Les is going to be really happy. Fat Les chip stand on the side of that ride. Appreciate his sponsorship of the night last week too. And good to get the sponsors in victory lane as well. I know Corey wanted to do that last week, but it just come up a couple of spots short. Next level home improvement Sportsman waiting in the wings, a division in which Corey Wheeler was a champion in for a couple of seasons. Right now, he is going to enjoy this one. As I mentioned, no points on the line whatsoever, but it's all about the wins. And here comes Wheeler now, rolling it down at the bank in turn number 4 and up into the infield. He will get back to victory lane for the first time in over a season. His family will be joining him in victory lane as well for sure, making their way down trackside as well. But we're going to send it down to Martin Belanger trackside with a happy Corey Wheeler and his entire crew.
Thanks, Tim. Merci, Tim. The streak is far. We've seen several invaders winning here at the Speedway.
We qualified David Hebert and Mario Claire as invaders because they make a long haul to come to the Speedway, but they've been regular here in the past. But still, it has a local feel here tonight. Cornwall resident here. Corey Wheeler winning the event.
And I think I almost didn't come, guys. Yeah, I know, right?
So, Corey Wheeler qui remporte la victoire met fin ce soir à la séquence des pilotes de l'extérieur. And he can hear you. E47S of Corey Wheeler, your modified feature winner here tonight.
Corey will grab his little one here, visiting winner's circle. Corey, congratulations.
Thanks, buddy.
Good run here tonight. The streak is finally over. That's something I had talked to you a few weeks ago, but finally a local winning the event. Heavy track tonight, tough race, but you're bringing the 47S in the winner's circle.
Yeah, you know, it took a really good car, and it took a bit of luck as well. You know, the top 3 or 4 guys were all fast in the heat. Then it took some guys to have some issues to make some passes. It was really hard to pass, but really smooth and a lot of fun. And, you know, luck and speed were both on our side.
Pretty sure you have a lot of people you would like to thank tonight. There's a ton of sponsors on this race car, and I'm pretty sure a good team to thank you as well.
Yeah, you know, my guys, I call them the robots. They work all the time in this car. They never miss a beat. Everything's always perfect. I'm lucky to drive this car. You know, Fat Les has been with me for a long time. Glengarry Auto Glass, Seaway GM, Donkey One Enterprise. New on board this year was Eastern Sign Service, Irwin Supply, Olson Fab, and Gordon Racing Engines. Man, he gives us a bullet.
Hopefully we'll see you again in the winner's circle this year. It's a tough field every week here. All the guys from Western Ontario and also the guys from Quebec. It's making a 2020 special for sure.
Yeah, this is probably our biggest one of our modified career based on who was here. We always want to be on the podium in one of these draw races, and we're able to do it 3 times this year. I want to dedicate this win to Les's mom, Joan. probably our biggest race fan, and you know, we lost her this year. That was really tough. She meant a lot to us and a lot to the Winners family, and this one's for her.
All right, so congratulations again, Corey, and we'll let you enjoy the winner circle with your team. So big round of applause for Corey Wheeler. Local field here tonight in the modifieds. Donc, juste pour traduire un petit peu les commentaires de Corey Wheeler, une victoire aux allures locales ce soir avec son fils dans les cercles des vainqueurs. Mentionnait là, que la voiture était excellente. Là. Son équipe lui prépare toujours une excellente voiture. Puis il mentionnait que la piste c'est très rapide ce soir, comme vous l'avez vu évidemment. Puis il disait que c'était quand même une piste difficile à dépasser, mais ce soir c'était vitesse et chance pour Corey Wheeler qui remporte la victoire. Puis dédie la victoire, vous voyez le commanditaire Les Winters, le Fatless Chip Stand sur la voiture, Les Winters qui dédie la victoire à Joan, sa mère. Donc Les Winters qui remporte la victoire, pas Les Winters, mais plutôt Corey Wheeler qui remporte la victoire ce soir du côté des modifiés. So Tim, I'll send it back to you as we're getting ready for the 50 lap event for the Sportsman. So hopefully, fingers crossed that we'll be able to get it in, but that's our goal tonight. So thank you everyone for your patience tonight. It's been a fun night of racing, so hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the Sportsman event.
Well, thanks very much, Martin, and a great job again down there by Corey Wheeler, his fantastic team and crew down there. First local driver to win a feature this season, and Corey was able to fend off the Quebec contingent of Steve Bernier, Yann Boussier, and J.F. Corriveau en route to the victory. And probably a future Cornwall champion right there beside him. Little Owen down there in the winner's circle as well. As he said, this win is probably one of the biggest of his career. It's, you know, the way the year's been going, we haven't had that many races in 2020, and you don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get. So when you got a chance to win a race, you got to take advantage of it, and that's exactly what he did. He had a shot at it last week, and unfortunately, he just come up a couple of spots short, but he made up for it in a big way tonight with his first of the season. And first since August 11th of 2019. Corey, of course, finished third last week. His previous 2 weeks before that were no fun whatsoever. 14th on July 25th, and August the 9th, he was 23rd. So third a week ago, and a win tonight definitely pumps that team up once again. So Wheeler will head back to the pits, and will definitely be all smiles on Monday morning when he heads to Seaway GM. Ready to go to work. So we are going to do what we can do here to get this Sportsman feature in the books, and we are going to bring it to you right now. Cedric Govero going to be going away from the pole in the number 22C with Billy Cook alongside in the number M70 machine. Row number 2 is going to find Jonathan Ferguson in the 44 with Dale Gifford in the 78. Row number 3, just on the launch set, the one with the 94, Gabe Sear. Row 4, Robert Delorme in the 1X with the 77. Last week's feature winner, Ryan Stabler. Row number 5, Steve Morris, the 28 with the 18 of Jason Rose. Row 6, Jarrett Herberson's 38 with the 18 of Bladen Arquette. Daryl Mitchell goes from 13th on the 37M alongside a Fire Swamp in the 88S. Row number 8, Caitlin Draper in the 18 with the 78L of David LaPointe. Row number 9, 78D, Dominic Merkley with the 35 of Thomas Cook. Row number 10, Kurt Kaye in the 28K with the 88C of Chris Ferguson. Ricky Thompson was scheduled to go in this one, and there he is out there right now in the number 1R machine. Backup ride for him. So white flag to be displayed this time by green next trip around, and we will be underway as Cedric Govero and Billy Cook will lead him down to the green flag. All starts and restarts once again will be at the Wired Audio Fire Zone over there in turn number 3 and 4. 50 laps. Next level home improvement Sportsmen are green. Quickly into 1 and 2, Cedric Govro takes his ride to the top side of the speedway and drives away with the top spot. Billy Cook, Dale Gifford, your top 3. Jonathan Ferguson in the battle for 5th between Gabe Sear and the 1 of Justin Lalanzette goes on behind them as we work lap number 1. 1 lap is complete. Cedric Govro, who picked up a win earlier this year at the Brockville Speedway. First win on a short track. He'd won a couple of times over the Mohawk International Raceway, but finally got that win he wanted on the short track of the Boss and would love to get one here. A place where his dad won his first ever 358 modified feature. And right now, Cedric Govro looks like the old man out there running around, driving away from the field like we've seen him do numerous times. Meanwhile, Billy Cook trying to hold on to second. He's got a mirror full of Jonathan Ferguson if these cars had mirrors. Ferguson won last night at Brockville for the first time in 2020, holding on to third, but he's all over Billy Cook trying for second. Cook opens up the bottom door trying to hold off Jonathan Ferguson as they wheel the wheel into turn number 3. Cook on the high lane, Ferguson down around the bottom, and Cook bobbles a little bit off of turn 4, opens the door for Ferguson. Look out, Stabler around in turn number 4. Everybody spreading either to the top or the bottom side of the racetrack, and nobody got into Ryan Stabler when he turned it around over there in corner number 4. Yellow lights are on with 5 complete. That could have been disastrous for Ryan Stabler. After a win 1 week ago, finds himself around backwards in turns 3 and 4. All cars on the lead lap. 5 laps complete. Cedric Govro, your race leader.
128, 1X, 38K, 37M, 18. After 18 is Draper, 18JR, 35, 88X, 18X.
So getting the field lined up one more time, and we will be just about set to go. Trying to get a few positions sorted out in the back portion of the top 10 right now. Coming up after this, we'll have the final feature of the evening. We'll feature the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division and what's been a great night of racing so far here in Cornwall. I'd like to thank all you great race fans for being on hand with us. Don't go anywhere after this. We've still got the Pro Stocks ready to go. Those of you watching on 360nitro.tv, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight as the Next Level Home Improvement Sportsman Division are on track. 5 laps complete, 45 to go in this 50-lapper. Winners this year in the Sportsman ranks as the white flag comes out really quick. Jonathan Ferguson won here on June the 6th. Brianna Lannister on July 12th. Jarrett Herbison on July 25th. Jonathan Ferguson for win number 2 on August the 9th. And then Ryan Stabler last week on August 16th, his first of 2020. So the field is lined up in their 2x2 formation. They'll head down the back straightaway and will be anticipating Jason Aikman's green flag in just a moment. All starts and restarts at the Wired Audio Fire Zone in turns 3 and 4. Cedric Govro and Jonathan Ferguson, 2 drivers who have battled each other in the past, know each other well, looking for green off of turn number 4. Green light set to come on. Once again, Govro is the control car, and caution lights are back on, and we have got Draper and the 38 of Jarrett Herbison hooked together. So Jarrett Herbison and Kalen Draper are hooked together. So they will get unhooked, and they were just informed that they will get their spots back. Start was called back there. So we'll... So we're going to get them back to their spots. And Draper able to get pushed back. Jarrett Herberson will drop down, and as mentioned, they will get their positions back. So both drivers able to pull away. So he'll be going ahead of Daryl Mitchell, and
Okay, move ahead, Daryl, and 18 right behind the 37 right there.
and Draper will fall in line behind Daryl Mitchell. So we got the field back in their regular positions. We're going to go back to green here. 5 down, 45 laps left to go. Ready for battle now, as Cedric Govro, the race leader, Jonathan Ferguson to his inside, Billy Cook, Dale Gifford, and Gabe Sear, the top 5, back to green when we're back underway. Once again, Cedric Govro powers away to the lead. Jonathan Ferguson not able to get it from him into turn number 3 as he's working off the corner and across the line. Top 2 breakaway at the front already. Dale Gifford has charged it up into the number 3 spot. Good run for Dale Gifford early on, the Smith Falls native, holding on to the 3rd spot. Justin Lalancet is 4th, followed by Billy Cook, holding on to the number 5 spot as we work in lap number 7, 43 more to go. And Cedric Govro in command down the back straightaway one more time as they head up into turns 3 and 4. 44, Jonathan Ferguson occupies 2nd as the field starts to string out. Herberson and Draper come together off of turn number 4 in the back part of the top 10 as they work in lap number 8. Meanwhile, the head of the field, Cedric Govro still in command of it. 3-car length advantage right now over Jonathan Ferguson. Ferguson picked up the win last. Oh my, something broke on Robert Delorme's number 1 machine. He just went straight up the hill and problems as the field behind them scatters. And 1 car getting into the back of Robert Delorme as Fire Swamp got involved in that one as well. Yellow lights are on. Robert Delorme, I don't know, something may have broken on the 1 machine as he went straight up the hill right in front of a bunch of cars and was not able to hold it down on the bottom as Blade and Arquette was the other driver involved. So Robert Delorme able to pull away here. Not exactly sure what the problem was on the Dig Race Products Thompson Motorsports ride, but he's able to pull away, as is Blade and Arquette. Fire Swamp, he came in there a little bit late too and got into the back end of a couple of cars as Delorme has taken his machine to pit road. Cedric Govro continues to lead the way. 9 laps are down, 41 left to go. Reports of some weather possibly moving into the area, so we're trying to run this show off as quick as we can. For you great race fans for sticking with us. Cedric Govro, as I mentioned, feature winner at Brockville on July 18th to kick off this regular season. Has not won here at Cornwall just yet. He has a couple of wins over the Mohawk International Raceway as well. Won the prestigious Pete Mitchell Memorial event last year. His dad Eric and Uncle Denny were staples here in the Pro Stock division, winning many races. As one driver coming back out on the racetrack right now. And that is Dominic Merkley in the 78D. He is going to bring his ride back out on the racetrack. And Fire Swamp, unfortunately, his green weekend after a win in rookie sportsman action at Brockville last night ends up on the business end of the tow truck. So Fire Swamp will be headed towards pit road. White flag will be displayed this time by from Jason Aikman, and Cedric Govro will lead him back to green. Jonathan Ferguson. Got to give a shout out to Dale Gifford tonight. Had a fantastic showing so far. Won his qualifying heat race earlier today. Now rides in 3rd. Justin Lalancette is fourth, followed by Gabe Sear in fifth. Steve Morris, Billy Cook hanging in there in seventh. Eighth is Kalen Draper. Ninth is Jared Herbison. And right now, Thomas Cook completes the top 10. Daryl Mitchell 11th. 12th is Jason Rose. Ricky Thompson is 13th in a backup car. 14th, David LaPointe. 15th is Ryan Stabler. 16th, Chris Ferguson. Bladen Arquette 17th. Dominic Merkley 18th, Curtis Kaye unofficially 19th on the grid. That's how they're all running. 9 laps down, 41 to go, ready for green at the Wired Audio Fire Zone in turn number 3 and 4. Cedric Govro leads the way. Jonathan Ferguson to his inside, and we're green. Once again, Govro gets a great restart, drives around the top side with the top spot as Ferguson and now Justin Lalancette up into the top 3 for the first time tonight. Dale Gifford trying to run him back down as behind him Steve Morris makes a big move for the number 5 position. He'll pick up the spot from Gabe Sear as Justin Lalancette out of the groove opens the door for Dale Gifford to try to squeeze down to the bottom. No such luck that time though as we work in lap number 11. This time by, and it's all Cedric Govro up to this point. Then every lap so far, the Chelsea, Quebec native holding on to the lead. Ferguson and Lalancette, your top 3 in the battle for 4th, shaping up. Gabe Sear makes short work of that. Gets by Dale Gifford. Is going to bring Thomas Cook along with him, or at least try to. Gifford fights back on the outside lane as they work side by side into 1 and 2. And Thomas Cook now up into the top 5 as they work it down the back straightaway. 13 on the board this time by, and it's all Cedric Govro. 5-car length lead over Jonathan Ferguson. Into turn number 1, Justin Lalancette there for 3rd. Battle for 4th, starting to be a good one now as Gabe Sear has it. Thomas Cook trying to take it away from him. Up into turn number 3, Sear once again, he pushes wide in the corner, allows Thomas Cook to get alongside into turn number 1. Sear trying to hold him off in turns 1 and 2, but no such luck. Thomas Cook with a strong race car powers by on the bottom. He'll pick up 4th and attempt to go after the one of Justin Lalancette for 3rd. Into turns 3 and 4, and down the front straightaway go your top 5 as your leader. Looks like he slowed a little bit that time in turns 1 and 2, got over the cushion there and allowed Jonathan Ferguson to close the gap as we got problems. Thomas Cook on the back straightaway, who just made a pass on the 94 of Gabe Sear to move into the top 5, slows it to a stop. Yellow lights are on. Tough break there for Thomas Cook. The Hogansburg, New York native finds himself stopped sitting idle over there in turn number 3. It just made the move around Gabe Sear to move into 4th and was en route to try to catch Justin Lalancette for 3rd. That will not happen as the safety crews headed over to try to assist Thomas over there in turn number 3. So Thomas will get pushed back to pit road. Everybody is still on the lead lap according to scoring. And that will leave Cedric Govro on point along with Jonathan Ferguson on the inside of row number 1. Then it's Justin Lalancette and Gabe Sear in row 2. Dale Gifford back up into the top 5 now with the unfortunate deal with Thomas Cook over there. He holds on to 5th. Ricky Thompson in a borrowed ride finds himself in the number 6 spot right now. 7th is Steve Morris. 8th is Kalen Draper doing a really good job. 9th right now Jared Herbison. And how about Ryan Stabler? Spins early on in this race. Now finds himself into position number 10. Rip off. Off the corner we go. We're back to green. Cedric Govro holds the lead. Gabe Sear to the top side. He goes to 3rd around Justin Lalancette, bringing Ricky Thompson to 4th. Up off of turn number 4. We got a battle for the lead coming down the front straightaway. It's Cedric Govro and Jonathan Ferguson side by side for the top spot in turns 1 and 2. Behind them, Gabe Sear trying to fend off Ricky Thompson for the 3 spot as Justin Lalancette wondering what happened out there. Handling going away on the number 1 machine. Down across the line they go. Top 5 breakaway into turn number 1. Off of corner number 2, Govro with the advantage about 3 car lengths down the back chute as Gabe Sear holding on to 3rd. A pair of 1 cars going at it for 4th and 5th. The 1R, Ricky Thompson has the spot. The 1L of Justin Lalancette trying to take it back into turns 1 and 2. Dale Gifford, Kalen Draper having it out now for position 6 and 7. Gifford on the bottom. Kalen Draper, much like his older brother Tristan, trying to work the top side. Just as I say that, Dale Gifford gets by and brings Ryan Stabler with him. So Kalen Draper losing a couple of spots here is now Jared Herbison slides by on the inside. So Draper losing a couple of spots, but still just inside the top 10, running in 9th. Meanwhile, up into turn number 1, Cedric Govro has the lead. Jonathan Ferguson got another great run off of turn number 2. He's closing in on the race leader. In the meantime, the battle for third shaping up once again as Ricky Thompson to the 1R trying to battle with Gabe Sear into turns 1 and 2. Kalen Draper slows on the back straightaway and brings it to a crawling stop just before the entrance of turn number 3. Yellow lights are back on with 22 in the books. 3 laps shy of the halfway point here. And Jared Herbison also dropping off the pace. He is headed towards pit road, so attrition rate going up here in this one. Green light set to come back on. Reports of weather moving into the area. We want to get at least to lap 25 here if we can. Cedric Govro and Jonathan Ferguson are going to settle it, but watch for that row behind him with Ricky Thompson and Gabe Sear. Green lights back on and we're underway. Ferguson gets the nose out in front of Cedric Govro off of corner number 2. Ferguson trying to clear him down the back straightaway. New race leader. Oh my, Cedric Govro goes off the top side. Jonathan Ferguson to the lead, coming down the front straightaway at lap 23. Jonathan Ferguson knew the weather is coming. He knew he did what he had to do to try to get by for the lead, and he does it in turn number 3. Meanwhile, Govro trying to fight back on the high lane, but he's got Gabe Sear and Ricky Thompson in front of him. Into turns 1 and 2, Ferguson holds the lead at lap 24. Down the back straightaway they go. Now a 6-car length advantage for Ferguson into turns 3 and 4. Halfway home, 25 down, 25 to go. Is Ferguson in control now as they work in turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Gabe Sear, Ricky Thompson, Cedric Govro, and Justin Lalonde set your top 5. What a charge by Ryan Stabler from the back of the field after spinning at lap number 1. He comes back to 6th. 7th is Dale Gifford. Jason Rose is 8th. Steve Morris is 9th. In your top 10 being completed by Daryl Mitchell in the 37. In the meantime, Jonathan Ferguson continues to drive away from the field with Sear and Thompson battling for 2nd and 3rd. Still the battle for 4th raging on as the one of Lalonde set on the bottom. Cedric Govro still fighting with him on the top side. They battle for 4th and 5th. Ryan Stabler watches from the 6th spot. 7th still is Dale Gifford. Jason Rose and Steve Morris having it out for 8th and 9th with Mitchell in 10th. 11th Billy Cook. 12th Curtis Kaye. 13th is Dominic Merkley. 14th is the 88 of Chris Ferguson. David LaPointe rounding out your field in 15th rather. As we work in lap 29. 21 to go. This time we'll be coming around to complete lap number 30. We will have 20 laps left to go. 20 more remain. Jonathan Ferguson looking for back-to-back wins, 2 wins in the last 3 weeks. Look for his 2nd win in as many days, though, as it comes down into turn number 3 with a healthy advantage over Gabe Sear. Gabe Sear is tired of finishing 2nd. He does not want to finish 2nd once again as he works the inside lane in turns 1 and 2. Car looks pretty good coming into turns 1 and 2 this time and down the back straightaway. Leaders will be entering traffic soon. They'll be coming up on the Chris Ferguson number 88C. Ferguson will give way on the bottom as Jonathan works the high lane. Gabe Sear still back there in 2nd. Billy Cook goes off the racetrack in turn 4 but brings it back on. We stay green as Jonathan Ferguson in control of the field in turns 1 and 2. 33 laps are complete, 17 to go. Gabe Sear, Ricky Thompson, 2nd and 3rd. The battle for 4th. is a good one now between the 22 of Cedric Govro and the 77 of Ryan Stabler as they have it out for position. Into turns 1 and 2 go those drivers up into the corner as Ryan Stabler trying to fight back on the inside lane. Is still, no matter where he finishes, a great drive for the man out of Cornwall, Ontario. A win last week, charging from the back to the top 5. Yellow lights are on. Raindrops are coming from the sky. 35 down, 15 to go. Jonathan Ferguson is your race leader. Ferguson on that last restart had the run on Cedric Govro, and he knew the weather was coming, and right now it's just a light sprinkle, so we're going to see. Hopefully this will pass through. Maybe we can get back to green. Winds are so hard to come by, especially during this time of the season as well, and this season alone. Ricky Thompson up into the number 3 spot. Great run for him in a backup car. Cedric Govro to 4th, and Ryan Stabler from the tail of the field up into the number 5 position. So a good 14-lap green flag run there. Gabriel Sear holding on to 2nd. Ricky Thompson 3rd. Cedric Govro, Ryan Stabler, Justin Lalonce at 6th. Set to go. Off of turn number 4, we're back underway. And oh my, Cedric Govro gets hooked and goes around on the front straightaway. Nobody got into him. Yellow lights are back on. No laps complete. And Cedric Govro has got a flat left front tire. So he will take that to the attention of the Govro Transport team, and hopefully they'll be able to get that repaired and he can get back out here. Jonathan Ferguson still the race leader. No positions have changed other than with the exception of the top 3, everybody moves up 1 as Ryan Stabler now to 4th. Justin Lalonce at 5th. Jason Rosedale, Gifford 6th and 7th. 8th is Steve Morris. Curtis Kaye unofficially, Darryl Mitchell 9th and Curtis Kaye 10th. Dominic Merkley unofficially 11th. 12th, Billy Cook and Chris Ferguson 13th. That is your running order right now as of lap 35. Coming up next, we'll have the Alexandria Home Hardware Pro Stock Division for their 15-lap feature go. It will conclude another great night of racing here at Cornwall. Don't forget, next Sunday night, full program of racing in all 4 divisions. And Cedric Govro trying to get that left front tire repaired, and he will hopefully be able to come back out here. And there he is. Great hustle by the crew to get him back out here. So he'll make his way to the tail of the field and trying to salvage a good finish tonight as we work in lap 35. 15 laps left to go as they head through 3 and 4. Jonathan Ferguson, Gabriel Sear on the front row, and we're back to green. And once again, Ferguson with the momentum on the high lane. He gets the lead. Look at Ryan Stabler go on the top side. Restarted in 4th. He's looking for 3rd around Ricky Thompson, and he's got it coming down the line. 36 to go. Keep in mind, Ryan Stabler spun earlier in this one, and he is charged through the field back to 3rd and looking to go after Ferguson and Gabriel Sear. Now Gabriel Sear tries to poke his nose out in front of the field. Jonathan Ferguson trying to hold him at bay up into turn number 1. Gabriel Sear has finished 2nd 3 times this season. despite a win at Granby earlier this year, would like to get back to the winner's circle here in Cornwall as they come across the line. Top two side by side for the lead. Ryan Stabler watching this battle from third. Up into turns 1 and 2. Ferguson able to keep the number 1 spot as they work it down the back stretch into turn number 3. Gabriel Sear down to the bottom one more time off of turn number 4, and Ferguson able to clear him down the front straightaway. Stabler, Ricky Thompson, and Justin Lalancette. That's your top 5 at the moment. 40 laps will be complete this time by. We'll have 10 more to go, and Jonathan Ferguson looking for his second win of the weekend. And second win in the last 3 tries here in Cornwall. It would be his third if he can get it done. But he's got Gabriel Sear right there to challenge from position number 2. Into turns 3 and 4 and across the line. Sear not giving up on that inside groove just yet. Up in a 1 and 2, the top side seems to be pretty good off of corner number 2, and that's where Ferguson gets all of his momentum coming down into turn number 3. It looks like Gabriel Sear's a little better on the bottom coming off of 4 that time. We'll have 8 to go this time by. And Jonathan Ferguson's got company once again. Sear down to the bottom. Is able to stay with him this time into turn number 3. We'll see what Sear can do with him up off of turn number 4. Gabe Sear to the bottom. Ferguson on the high lane. Ferguson still leads the way. 7 to go this time by, and it's down to these 2 drivers up off of corner number 2. Jonathan Ferguson with the advantage. Gabe Sear to the bottom. Ryan Stabler a ways back in third right now as we click off lap number 44 with 6 to go. Great side-by-side battle for the win between 2 young stars in the Sportsman division. Jonathan Ferguson trying to win his second race of the weekend. Gabriel Sear trying not to finish second here tonight as they work into turns 1 and 2 with 5 to go. 5 more remain. Straight away behind in third is Ryan Stabler. Ricky Thompson in fourth with Justin Lalancette in fifth. Up off of turn number 4 to go for Jonathan Ferguson. As they work it down off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Sear and Ferguson side by side. Lap traffic will be coming into play here as we work down in front with 3 to go. Ryan Stabler still there for third. Ricky Thompson and Justin Lalancette still your top 5 as Sear edges out in front by a nose into turn number 3. Gabriel Sear trying to put it to him off of corner number 4. 2 to go for Jonathan Ferguson. Billy Cook, a lap car right in front of the leaders as Gabe Sear takes over the lead down the back straightaway. Brilliant move in traffic as Gabriel Sear trying to take the lead. He's got Billy Cook and Daryl Mitchell in front of him. Ferguson with a crossover move. White flag in the air. It's down to these 2 drivers into turns 1 and 2, and Gabriel Sear uses a pick and roll to take over the lead into turn number 3. Second, no more. Gabe Sear back in Cornwall victory lane. Jonathan Ferguson, a hard-fought second-place finish. Ryan Stabler to third. Ricky Thompson and Justin Lalancette, your top 5. An unbelievable finish. It all came down to lap traffic. And Gabriel Sear finally, after 2 second-place efforts last week here at Brockville, a second-place effort earlier this year back on July 12th, he finally gets it done, parks it in victory lane at his home track at Cornwall Motor Speedway. First ever win here at Cornwall in the Sportsman ranks for Gabriel Sear. He'd won a few rookie sportsman or novice sportsman features, but nothing compared to this one. Second win of this season overall. He picked up a win at Granby earlier this year. Boy, he got off those scales rather quickly, didn't he? He wants to get to the winner's circle in a quick way. Congratulations from everybody here in the tower, as well as Gabriel Sear parks it in the winner's circle. Martin Belanger, you're going to be down there to greet him, and a happy crew.
Yeah, for sure. This event will be really special for Gab Sear. He tried hard so this season here, and with Jonathan Ferguson, quite a battle in the last 5 laps. As you saw, the lap traffic was a factor for these 2 drivers, but he made some smart moves, and he's in the winner's circle, and he can hear you. He's out of the car. Gab Sear, your Sportsman feature winner here tonight. I'll have a word with Gab. Gab, congratulations, man. Well-deserved run here. You won at Granby earlier this season. How special is it to win here at Cornwall?
Yeah, we've been racing now 6-7 years, and we live in Cornwall. This is our home track. We come here every Sunday, every weekend of the summer, and we finally did it, so it feels good.
2020 is quite a year for you. You've been a contender every night, either here, Brockville, Granby, every track that you've been running. What made, I know you've done a lot of laps in as you say, it's been 7 years that you've been running in a Sportsman, but what happened this year that you're you've been able to challenge, and it's probably one of the toughest fields that we've had with all the Brockville, Cornwall, and Quebec guys as well here.
Yeah, this is our best year yet. I can't thank JM Greenhouse Construction. He came on board at the end of the year last year, and he's helped our program a lot. JS Seguin Flooring, Doggy Style Day Spa, they've been here with me for 7 years, and we got close with Mike Laddiser and Olsen Fab, and he's helped me out a lot this year with setups and parts and all that stuff. So it's a team effort.
And it's been a team effort, and hopefully we'll wish you more wins as the rain is starting to come down here at the Speedway, but congratulations on this win.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and I want to thank my dad, my brother, my dad's girlfriend, my grandmother, everybody who's helped me out over the years. It means a lot.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Gabsy, your Sportsman feature winner here at the Speedway. So Gabriel C. qui remportait la victoire, lui qui avait gagné à Granby cette saison. J'ai demandé comment spécial c'était d'avoir gagné ici du côté de Cornwall. Il dit c'est très spécial. Oui, Cornwall, pas Cornwall, mais Granby, c'était quelque chose, mais être capable de pouvoir remporter la victoire ici, c'est notre piste locale. Ça fait 7 ans qu'on course en Sportsman, puis être capable de finalement du côté de Cornwall. Donc, très heureux d'avoir pu remporter la première victoire, puis évidemment remercier tout le monde dans son équipe pour cette première victoire. Donc, une belle victoire pour Gabriel C. qui remporte un premier triomphe du côté Cornwall ce soir. Et puis, belle victoire pour Gabriel C. So, Tim, we have the pro stocks lined up for the 15-lap event. Rain is starting to coming down hard, so I'm not sure what will be the call on that one. So I'll let you guys back up to the tower.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it here from the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Unfortunately, with the weather we have right now and the weather that is coming after this, we are not going to be able to get this race finished at a sufficient time. So we will withhold this race. So we are going to hold this race over. Unofficially right now, it will be run next week, but stay tuned to our Speedway website and our Facebook and Twitter pages and all the social media platforms that we're on, and stay tuned for information. We will figure out what we're going to do, but tentatively we'll be rerunning this 15-lap Pro Stock feature next Sunday night. And once again, we appreciate everybody sticking with us, and on behalf of everybody here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway, the entire staff and management, the Laverne family, the entire staff on the 360nitro.tv crew, we thank you very much for joining us. I'm Timmy Baltz along with Martin Belanger. We'll see you right back here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway next Sunday night. Full program in store. We'll see you 1 week from today. Have a safe week, everybody. We'll see you at the races.